Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome to the Red Lasered Guy Water Show, or however the title is. This is Joe Blanton. I'm your host, and I'm all about helping you help your body heal itself naturally by raising your vibration. Because the bottom line, again, to your health is for your vibrating. So tonight we're going to go over several different things. But we're going to talk about what controls attraction. Frequency, energy, and vibration control your attraction. And the law of attraction is very much alive. It's been working your life, all of your life, never stops. Okay, so we're going to help you learn how to take charge of that and attract more of what you want in life instead of what you don't want. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about EMF. The harmful EMF versus the helpful EMF. And we'll cover a little bit on the red and infrared laser. And all of these are about how to raise your vibration in your environment. Okay, body, both. And we'll get into some water and hydration. After all, this is the Red Lasered Water Guy show. And water and the red laser are the two most beneficial things you can do to activate your mitochondria and hydrate your body. And those are the two critical things that we're going to talk about here. It's all about the quality of life. Your health is your most valuable asset. No exceptions, okay? Life's a lot of fun when you have your health. When you start losing your health, your health, it's going to ignore you. And it's really that simple. So let's go ahead and get started with slides. And we'll do a few slides here. I got some testimonials tonight also. Okay, here we go. And again, Joe Blanton here. I'm here to help you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And the company I'm working with is called Pure Vibrance. And I've been in the health and wellness industry over 40 years as I healed myself of asthma and allergies in my 20s. And when I came across frequencies about 15 minutes, I just knew that was the bottom line to everything. As a matter of fact, Einstein said that back in the 30s, that future medicine will be the frequencies. And so if you want to live life to the fullest, let's start talking about how you can raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your energy, raise your vibration for the body to heal itself. And here's one of my favorite slides, because this is me on top of Mount Shasta 3 years ago when the calendar said I was 71. We climbed for 10 hours in ice and snow to get there from base camp. And I was in real good shape. Wasn't breathing that hard at all. And legs were in good shape, everything. So I was impressed, and so was the guide. All right. So again, I'm all about living the energized life now and living it to the fullest. And the best way to do that is to plan your life out in front of you and step into it every day. Take the rear view mirror out and stop looking backwards. There's nothing back there for you. And so the only reason you have a past is you send your energy back there to keep it alive, which means you have less energy to focus forward. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Because, if you want to change, if you want things in your life to change, you have to change things in your life. No exceptions. Nobody else is responsible for it. It's up to you, just like it was up to me, just like it's up to every person. And so I wanted to do some things in my life. I didn't want to wear glasses anymore. So here's a little bit. Look, Mom, no more glasses. No more reading glasses laying all over the house. No more bifocals. No more driving at night with glasses. And all thanks to the Vibrance red and infrared laser and the Arc Vision eye drops. After 52 years of wearing glasses, I'm no longer a slave to glasses. I can now still read fine print. I can see a golf ball at over 200 yards. And I can see the color of the traffic lights at over 300 yards. So it's really a freedom to not have to be wearing glasses anymore.
So it's all thanks to Vibrance and the red and infrared laser and the Arc Vision eye drops. So thank you, Vibrance.
So it is a blessing not to be wearing glasses anymore. And I was in Laughlin the last 4 days, doing a health and wellness expo and a UFO event. And we went out last night to Grapevine Canyon, and we were watching for UFOs and stuff out there with the night vision glasses and all that. And I was, with my naked eye, I could see some of the UFO movement pretty early, just with the naked eye. It's just really fascinating. So, and the Milky Way looked a lot prettier because it's about 14 miles out of town in a canyon, where less lighting, so I can see well. But, my health is determined by the invisible frequency. So I keep raising my vibration and my body keeps healing itself, just like it did with my eyes. I was nearsighted one eye, farsighted in the other, in both. I just renewed my driver's license last December, August, and took the requirement for glasses off of my dress because I what Tesla said. Okay, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And because that's the bottom line, and those three are interchangeable. You can't have one without the other. All energy is a frequency vibrating information. All information is a frequency vibrating energy. And it's all tied together, and everything is energy, no exceptions. Okay, everything is energy, and the vibration, the electromagnetic field. Okay, information is what creates that frequency. It's like gold has a primary frequency, a main frequency, and that's what creates the gold is that frequency. The information in that frequency creates the gold. Okay, if you modify it, by hitting in with a signal, they've done lots of different testing on this. If you shoot radar at it, you're going to modify that that frequency just a little, okay, but not enough to change it from being gold. So it's those healthy, okay, like my eyes were vibrating lower than optimal wellness. With the red and infrared laser and the eye drops, I was able to continually raise that vibration, just like working out a muscle. The more you work out a muscle, the stronger it gets. Well, the more you use our vibrational tools, because they have optimal wellness frequencies, or what we call human blueprint frequencies in them, the more you use the tools, the more you increase the vibration of that area you're working on, and you strengthen your immune system. So then you become 10 foot tall and bulletproof. So all EMF is either helpful to the body or harmful to the body. So here's a little bit on EMF. Again, it's either coherent, which is helpful, or incoherent, which is harmful. And coherent energy means the body understands that language because it's from nature. Okay, so it brings wellness down to a cellular level by allowing the body to vibrate at higher frequencies, which allows the cells to better communicate with each other, to create wellness in the muscles, tendons, skin, bones, tissues, organs, and everything. It's because blood cells are free flowing. They're not all still. Your immune system's working. White blood cells work. Your microglial giving toxins and peroxide because the whole red blood cell is exposed. And when it's really an incoherent energy, which is harmful energy, harmful information, the body doesn't understand it because it's not natural. It's a non-natural EMF. Okay, so that's where we start creating pain and disease in our body because it's not allowing the body to function at their peak capacities. The cellular level. That's when you start injuring your body, muscles start aching, pain, you get stiff, sore, because you're vibrating at lower frequencies. And this is what your blood looks like. You're incoherent. Your energy is incoherent. It's all relayed, sticking together. So the only thing that gives up toxins and gets oxygen is the exposed part of the red blood cell. and the microcirculation is impaired. So this is, when you're not communicating well. So this is what your body looks like when your energy is coherent. You're out on the beach, you're jumping around, you're having a good time, you're laughing. When you're incoherent, you have back pain, you have all sorts of soreness and stiffness and muscle limited movement, etc. So coherent energy is coherent because all the waves are in phase. Everything's in sync and communicating fully like FM stereo. And when you're out of phase or incoherent, the waves are all out of phase, like AM, like an AM radio station out in the country where you've got static in it. The body doesn't understand it. The information's there, but it's broken up. All disease and discomfort come from lowering vibration from optimal wellness. And then all self-healing comes from raising the vibration back up to optimal wellness. And, the body has to do the healing. That's why I refer to it as self-healing. Self-healing or no healing, doctors, drugs, surgery, all that, or, not that there's not a time and a place for it in emergencies, but the body still has to do the healing. And so when you're taking drugs, for pain and stuff like that, now the body's got to recover from the prescription drugs and heal the body too. So it's working overtime. That's why and then the side effects and all that comes into play. So you're either lowering your vibration right now or you're raising your vibration right now. No exceptions. Now let's talk about another EMF, electromagnetic field. This is what your house looks like right now. Is you've got, every cell phone signal in the area is going through your house and your body right now. All the Wi-Fi's are going through your body. When you go to hook up your laptop or whatever, your cell phone, you see all these other Wi-Fi signals available out there because they're going right through your house, every bit of it. And that's vibration time. The body is not used to that. And here's a gentleman that was super sensitive and used our products.
Hi, my name is Mike Bender. I am an author, screenwriter, and I also am someone that has Lyme. I have had it since I was 11 years old. I was bit by a tick, and in my 30s started to have all kinds of weird digestive symptoms. In my 40s, it became neurological. And then I lived in a home that had mold exposure with my family, and that's when my mast cell activation sort of started, and a lot of the neurological symptoms got worse. I have, since the mold exposure, dealt with EMF sensitivities, chemical sensitivities, and have been steadily improving since moving into this house, which I really built as a quiet home, low EMF, and very, very low VOC. I am a huge, huge fan of the Vibrance products, and that's why I'm leaving this testimonial. One of the areas where I had the most frustration was with EMFs around my computer and my laptop as a writer. This is a real challenge. I couldn't touch the keyboard, and I am hardwired. I don't use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi in the house. Everything's hardwired. So I was still having trouble when I touched the keyboard. The first thing that I did was put the Sirius strips onto my computer on the laptop. I noticed quite a significant change. Instead of being able to, let's say, touch the computer for about 2 minutes, I probably could be on it for a half hour without getting the headache, the nervous system sort of going into fight or flight, symptoms that I started to recognize very quickly from just, again, touching the keyboard. And so that has been life-changing, to be honest with you, because I can at least function to some degree again. And then putting it on my cell phone, which has also made a massive difference because I can touch the phone as well. I don't really use the phone very much, but sometimes in an emergency I have actually put the phone on wireless while I'm holding it, and I don't have any reaction. I'd have to hold it for a couple minutes before I start to feel it. So it's tremendously impactful there. The time that I really noticed was because my wife would use her cell phone a lot in the house. If she was close to me, I could feel it. I'd start to, like I said, get a headache. And as soon as she put on these strips, I mean, as soon as they went on the back of the phone, the headaches stopped. She can now use her phone freely in the house, and I don't have any issues with her using the phone. So that maybe Vibrance may have saved my marriage, but the strips have been truly life-changing for me in so many ways. I also put them on the breaker box outside here. My house is pretty low EMF, but there is some Romex wiring still left in the house, and so I wanted to see if that would help me in certain areas of the house where I can feel some of that Romex and the electromagnetic fields coming off of them. I felt a difference. The kitchen, and there's an area in my master bathroom where I feel it. So again, I'd say 80% improvement from where I was without it. I then received the Pure V silver disc, which I put onto my laptop, and I put it on the breaker box inside the box outside the main panel. Again, an improvement. You know, if I was 80% improved, about 95% improved after using the Pure V silver disc on both areas. I'd say the Romex, again, if I'm in a really weakened state, can still feel that at times, but it's much improved. In terms of the laptop and my phone with the strips, it's night and day from not having those those useful tools versus having the strips and the Pure V disc on there. So I want to thank Vibrance. Thanks to Joe for all his sort of help in explaining things to me along the way, so I have a better understanding of how to utilize and use these tools in the best way. I encourage people, anyone who's dealing with what I'm dealing with when the nervous system gets as ramped up as it is in me and the limbic system becomes hypervigilant, to use these products. And I think, I hope it'll make as big a difference for you as it's made for me. That's it. I look forward to continuing to work with them on their future products, and I am a Pure Vibrance fan for life right now, just given everything that they've done for me so far. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Well, that's what I'm in this business for, is life-changing results like that. It's the quality of life. Mike's quality of life just went up, 90%, and saved his marriage maybe. But, it's what it's all about, is finding something to raise your vibration and protect you from the harmful EMFs at the same time. And so what we have, or what Mike was referring to, is Sirius Earth strips. And, we go back to nature for everything. When you look at these, they look like sandpaper, because basically that's what they are. We have pieces of 10 different plants and 30 minerals in our earth strips. And what that's doing is we have a symbiotic relationship with plants. We transmute oxygen, carbon dioxide, and plants transmute carbon dioxide back to oxygen. And with these 10 plants, we have that same symbiotic relationship with harmful EMF. Like milk thistle is one of them. Milk thistle thrives under high tension wires and microwave towers. It grows crazy because it loves that EMF that's harmful for us. And these 10 plants actually transmute the harmful EMF to a beneficial EMF. So that's why we're using pieces of 10 different plants and 30 minerals. When you put these on your phone or in your breaker box or on your router, on your Vitamix blender, it actually transmutes the harmful EMF to a beneficial EMF. So it's healthy to be using those devices anymore. When you have one on your cell phone with the silver disc, everything comes with the silver disc and an earth heart now, except for the strips, and the strips are used in the circuit breaker panel. When you put this on your phone, it protects you and the person you're calling. We're transmuting harmful EMF for the full length of the phone call. And I test this long distance all the time. So if you want to test it, we can test it for you. So it's amazing, the difference it makes, because we're transmuting the harmful effects to beneficial effects. So it protects the body from the, again, I mentioned the Vitamix blender. That's got a 1-horse motor in it. Anything with an electric motor in it creates its own EMF. So it needs a strip or earth heart on that device. Every time you use your Vitamix blender to blend up your healthy drink, you're putting 220 milligauss of harmful EMF in it every time you turn the motor on, unless you have one of these strips in it or something to protect it. Most devices are trying to interrupt it, block it, different ways of working with it. And some of them are 60, 70, 80% effective. But we're the only one I know of that actually transmutes it to a beneficial EMF for, all your devices. And so we also have the tetrahedron, which is the personal environmental transformer. We call it PET for short. It takes care of the spatial area of the home. And when you have the tetrahedron with the silver disc on the bottom of it, one takes care of about 3,000 square feet because the silver disc is a biophotonic amplifier. And so we don't have to have 3 anymore for 3,000 square feet. We can do it with 1. And so that's what we have, to help people help themselves heal their bodies naturally and stay protected. And we have 5 different pendants for our body that also protect the body itself from harmful EMF when you're wearing it. Even 5G, 7G, 10, using 7G, and some other countries are already using 10G. So it's not going to get any better. We have to protect ourselves. And again, it's our responsibility to do that, because they're not going to change it. And you won't get, most of us don't want to give up the convenience of the devices that are using the 5G. So again, Vibrance is changing harmful EMF to helpful EMF for you and yours. And so this is something to help you maybe understand a little more about human frequencies. Bruce Tainio, in I think it was 1992, created the first device to measure it. And so a healthy body is vibrating 62 to 78 megahertz. And I created a spiral of health here as a reference, because you're either raising your body's vibration every breath, or you're lowering your vibration, body's vibration every breath, because the body's dynamic. Our medical society and most people want to think of the body as static, but it's not. It changes with every breath, every instant. So what, was helpful today may be harmful tomorrow. You never know, unless you're plugged in. And, there are certain things that are helpful all the time, and that's the optimal wellness human blueprint frequencies that are in our products. So the brain frequency range is 72 to 90 megahertz. Your heart's range is 67 to 70 megahertz. And you have to bring your vibration down to 58 megahertz before your body becomes a host for disease or discomfort, like candidas and stuff like that. You become receptive to cancer at 42 megahertz, and then the death cycle starts at 25 megahertz. Coherent communication, incoherent communication, and everything's about communication. The information in these frequencies are the communication that the body either understands it or doesn't understand it. If it understands it, it helps the body heal itself and live healthy. If the body doesn't understand it, it's hindering that communication. And so the words can tell you where you're vibrating. If you have a lot of love and joy in your life, you're satisfied, you got a lot of things going your direction, you're optimistic, you're having laughter, you're planning your life out in front of you, and you're stepping into it every day. Those are the vibrations that the body understands. And, it's like, what was the gentleman's name? Norman Cousins. He was diagnosed with cancer. And then he said, if I'm going to die, I'm going to laugh myself to death. I went and got a bunch of funny, comedy videos and laughed and, watched them and laughed. And when he went back for his exam, there was no cancer. And so that's documented. There's a video on it that you can watch. And then there's a book on it too. So, but if you had a fear, worry about everything, especially in the last couple of years, resentment, Louise Hay wrote a book 60 years ago, about the body, and what you're feeling and what you're talking about, everything is determining your health. Forget the name of the book right now, but anyhow, Louise Hay, it was one of her popular ones. But hate and anger, like resentment, I remember was one of the ones that caused breast cancer. When you're held with resentment. So anyhow, you're telling where you're vibrating, which direction you're going, and you have a momentum there. If you're using words and feelings and stuff that are lowering your vibration, you've got a momentum going vibrationally, and you can't stop it all of a sudden. It just don't work that way. It's like trying to stop a car. It's going 60 miles an hour. You got to slow it down, stop it, turn it around, and head it the other direction. And again, we can help do that. We have emotional clearing pendants and tools. So we got vibrations, for all areas of life with tools. My flagship one, the one I like the most, is the red infrared laser. And so we have good vibrations or we have bad vibrations. There's all degrees in the middle, of course. But again, it's up to us, each one of us, to raise our own vibration, for a healthy life that we enjoy. And one of the ways we do that is called the law of intention, the law of attention. Whatever you're intending is what you're paying attention to. And, energy flows where, again, is, frequency, vibrating information. All energy is. So what are you paying attention to in your life? Because what you're paying attention to, that's creating your future for you. So do you spend time looking back? Again, there's nothing back there, for me anyhow. I took the rear view mirror out about 40 years ago. Quit looking back. I just let everything go, and I plan my life and step into it every day. And so my vibration is rising all the time. Every time you look back, especially if it's something negative, you're lowering your vibration. The only reason you have a past is you have to send your energy back there to keep it alive. And when you send, you've only got 100% energy. If you send 20% of it back there, blaming somebody or wishing you had done this or wish you hadn't have done that, all that is wasted energy, and it detracts from your ability to live in the present moment and plan and walk into your future. So you're either lowering your vibration, again, if you stop, when you're looking back, or keep looking forward and planning ahead, and that's raising your vibration. So the law of focus, the more you focus on something, the more intense the law of attention becomes. Okay, so focusing and concentrating on things either quickens the raising of the vibration or the lowering of the vibration, and that all affects the law of attraction also. So what do you focus on daily? Think about it. You might want to take some notes and kind of just pay attention and see what you're focused on daily. And because thoughts become things, one of the great books out there is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Most people don't really understand that, even when they read it, because it doesn't explain well enough that you have, it does, but you got to read it a couple of times, or I did anyhow. Had to read it a few times, and I actually got the audio book and listened to it 30 or 40 times. But, it's about where we're focused and what we're thinking on, what we're planning for. All of that is, what becomes the things that we're creating in our life, the situations and everything. So the law of attraction is and has always been working for you. Okay, there's no exceptions to that. We live in a universe of attraction. There is no exclusion in this universe. You can't get rid of anything. You can only change its form or replace it with something else, but you can't get rid of it. Okay, so your thoughts send out an frequency based on your thoughts and feelings. Okay, how you're feeling about it. The stronger your feelings, the more intense the signal is the energetic frequency that your thoughts are sending out, and your thoughts and your words. And if you want to know what you're thinking, just kind of monitor your words. Okay, your words will tell you what you're thinking. That's the first expression of the thoughts. And then it goes into action after that. So your feelings attract back to you people, situations, and events to match the thoughts and feelings that you're experiencing. Okay, so it doesn't come back maybe exactly the same, but it'll give you the same feeling that you had when you were sending that signal out. So we have to be very conscious, of what goes into our head and what comes out of our head and our mouth and our thoughts. So it's, and the second thing is, or the next thing is, the universe doesn't have a picture for them. So many people, when I was doing workshops and experiential weekends and things like that, we'd ask people to write down a list of 20 things that they wanted. And most people, after one or two things that they want, start writing what they don't want. Okay. And that's where the problem lies. You got to know what you want, because the word, the universe or the world doesn't have a picture for the word don't. It's like if I say, don't see a pink elephant, what do you see? Okay. Don't slam the door. What do you hear? Don't spill the milk. What picture comes to mind? Spilling milk. Okay. Because there is no don't in the universe. You can't see yourself not doing something. You can't see yourself not having something. So that's a key there is, monitor your language, monitor your words. Most people in our society, in my family, I was raised with, a lot of don'ts. And because that was, the way I was brought up, don't do this, don't do that. Instead of telling me what they wanted me to do, they kept telling me what they didn't want me to do. And the picture I had was what they didn't want me to do. So it's really that simple. Not easy necessarily, but that's that simple. So the law of attraction has momentum. As I talked about it a little bit ago, vibrationally, we have momentum just like we have if we're driving a car. You can't turn it around on a dime. Well, you can, but it can be a little dangerous. But the momentum of the law of attraction is a vibrational momentum. So we have to become aware of it, because awareness is the key, knowledge is the tool, and experience is the teacher. Okay. And so we've got to become aware that we're moving in a direction vibrationally that we don't want to be, continue to create our life as it is. If we want out of something different out of life, we've got to slow down, figure out exactly what we want, and start going in that direction. So your thoughts and your feelings have the momentum of either raising or lowering your energy, frequency, and vibration. And so the only one that can change that is yourself. You can ask for help, but nobody can do it for you. People can coach you along like I'm, wanting to do here, but I can't do it for you. Okay, so you're in charge, so take charge. Okay, and what we're talking about here is 100% responsibility. And I've written it in here twice, responsibility and then response-ability. Start responding to your life versus reacting to your life. We're kind of conditioned in our society by watching TV and the news and all the stuff to react to life, to whatever they put on the TV screen. We react to it instead of responding to it. When you're responding, you're in control. When you're reacting, you're operating off of an old belief system that you thought, that worked well for you the last time you saw it. So it's all about starting to respond. Take a deep breath and then respond to it. So there's no blame. When you blame, you stay the same, and you're lowering your vibration big time. So we all have our own responsibility for each and every incident that happens in our life. Other people are involved too. They have their responsibility, but we're responsible for our part of it. And so we accept that responsibility. We stop blaming others. Now we have taken control of our life because we're not blaming anybody else now. If you blame other people for what's going wrong in your life, you have to give other people credit for the things that go right in your life. Okay. I hope that made sense. This is an idea here. We're talking about communication again. So here we have coherent communication. This is responding to life. Okay. Good vibrations, taking time to listen. This is reacting to life right here. Okay. Bad vibrations, because you get two people reacting, there's no communication there. On the left side, people having a nice conversation, listening, talking, etc. Over to the good person side of coherent communication. Now, this happens inside our own head. For years, especially when I was a kid, I used to play mental football all the time. I beat myself up a lot more than anybody else, when things didn't go like I wanted them to. And finally got rid of that and started, taking responsibility for everything. And then I was in control. And so, again, we've got coherent waves, then phase, good vibrations. And then we have bad vibrations. Incoherent communication is reacting. So on the left, we're nice and calm, we're relaxed. We're actually upregulating our gene expression, building a healthier protein. Here on the right side, they're downregulating their gene expression and building an inferior protein. And proteins are the expression of life. They're responsible for structure and function of your body. So now let's go over to the red and infrared vibrance. Vibrance now, we just rebranded to pure vibrance. Gold disc, which more than tripled the efficacy of the red laser. And the key here is the red laser relaxes the mitochondria, increases the ATP production, the life force energy, and takes the trauma out of a new injury in like 35 seconds. Makes the cell stronger, increases cell activity, toughens the immune system, improves circulation, and stimulating the body's natural healing process. And again, we're upregulating gene expressions every time we use the red laser to build a healthier protein. And they're saying now that the mitochondria are the key to aging. Okay, and the defective or misfunctioning mitochondria are responsible for like 80% of the diseases today. The mitochondria is that critical. The mitochondria is about half your body weight also. So the mitochondria are critical, and the red laser is the one that really, we're talking 30 seconds of using the red laser on your body. In 30 seconds, it starts to increase the life force energy about 30% and give you more energy, more life force energy in your blood, separates your red blood cells into free-flowing for better microcirculation or more oxygen. All that happens in 30 seconds to a minute and a half. And when you add the gold laser, or the gold disc, onto the laser, the Bovis energy goes from 330,000 to a little over 1 million. And the human blueprint frequencies go from 1,645 to 5,573 human blueprint frequencies. So we're really enjoying, the increase in efficacy in our red laser. And a lot of other people are too. So again, it's self-care for self-healing. You can carry it with you. And a brand new injury takes the trauma out of a new injury in 45 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, and it'll heal in about a third of the time with little or no scar. So I carry mine with me all the time. Okay, and let's talk about mitochondria. With nature's medicine, helps your body de-stress. Nature's medicine is what I call the human blueprint frequencies. Okay, so there's two key mechanisms for the red and infrared light therapy. The first one being that NASA says when you the body with stress or trauma, the mitochondria curl up, figuratively speaking, like a hedgehog, and they take in more nitric oxide and give up and burn less oxygen, so you have less ATP, less energy. And as soon as the red light of the laser, infrared laser, hits the body, it immediately kicks out the nitric oxide, brings in more oxygen, and that's how it creates about 30% more life force energy in 30 seconds. The next one is hormesis. Hormesis makes your cells healthier, more energetic, more resilient, more tolerant to stress, and helps prevent the buildup of free radicals. Every photon in the red laser beam, red infrared laser beam, every photon gives up an electron to the body. And that's what helps reduce add more life force energy and reduce the free radicals, because free radicals are, they're damaging the other cells trying to steal an electron. So actually what we're doing is igniting your energy, upregulating your gene expression to build a healthier protein with your own energy. And proteins are, again, the expression of life, responsible for structure and function. And so this is what it looks like when you relax the mitochondria. This is a lady, 48-year-old lady. Her blood's all relayed. She was hydrated, or she had drank water. We'll put it that way, because not all water will hydrate the body very well. So in 2 minutes of shining the red laser on her chest, her red blood cells were all free flowing and moving nicely. So she had better microcirculation, more oxygen right away. So she has a compromised immune system when she came in, and after 2 minutes of using the laser, she had a healthy immune system. And so again, she's the only one that can change that. Nobody else can change it for her. Unless they unless they're around to shine a laser on her all the time. So we're set up as self-care for self-healing. Purchase it, have it with you, help yourself, help your friends. I have like 25 people out of pain in 3 to 5 minutes with the red laser. So Bruce Lipton, the fate of our cells is determined by the chemistry of our blood. No exceptions. And so what we're doing is helping with, here's one day, a pinched nerve. Her hands were going to sleep at night. I'm getting numb at night, having treatment. And so here's what she has to say.
Hi, my name's Michelle Carroll. I came over and saw Joe's stand because I'm in holistic modalities myself. And I have a light laser that doesn't have quite the frequencies that he does. But when this gentleman put that light laser on my neck, which I could barely move, I, within a minute to 2 minutes, had mobility 50% more than I had prior to when he put it on. And the funny thing is, the next day, I forgot that I had a broken toe. It hurts every once in a while, but I came over a little later the next day, and he put it on my broken toe. And actually, my broken toe I don't feel any pain whatsoever. It's miraculous. And furthermore, I got one laser light in my eyes. And I have to say, this is really insane, but I actually I feel a difference within that one little laser. So I'm done. I'm sold. I'm getting my package, and y'all need to come and try this. This is amazing. So Joe, thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. This is my love of life, is helping people help themselves, help their body heal itself naturally.
And that's what it's all about. And I'm all about holistic modalities, and this is going to fit right in and actually round the whole thing out for me. I'm excited, and I really hope y'all see the benefit in this. It truly will do amazing things for your family, especially if you really want to keep your family healthy, and it'll get you to the next step. It's a wonderful thing. So.
All right, thanks again. Okay, brings up a good point here with her toe. The toe may have gone ahead and healed, but there may be a cellular memory of pain. Like people have shoulder operations, they have so much pain they stop raising it at a certain point. The cells become a memory of pain at that point. And the red and infrared laser will erase the cellular memory in just seconds and a minute. And that may be what happened with her toe, because it was like instant, almost instant that the pain went away. So that's what I love about it. And so let's switch over in gears now to pure water optimizers, which is what we have now. While filtration and treatment remove the physical substances of the contaminants, they cannot remove the nanoparticles, the energetic frequencies, which is the memory I've mentioned a couple of times, of the contaminants. So water has a memory of the frequencies of everywhere it's been. And so to prevent the negative effects of the frequencies on people, plants, and animals, water molecules must be both physically restructured and energetically reprogrammed by something more powerful than a filter. Okay. And so what we have is a flow through unit and a bottle topper that structures the water and ionizes it. And it also microclusters it. So structuring and negative ionizing, the water converts the charge of the water molecules. The result is that the water is split into less molecular clusters, which means your typical tap water and bottled water has a cluster of 12 to 16 molecules. And when it goes through our flow through unit or a bottle topper, it's got a cluster of 3 to 4 molecules. And that way it can hydrate the body better. Okay, so the water can then be absorbed to deliver minerals and nutrients. And so if your blood's rouleed and sticky, you're actually starving your cells of oxygen, minerals, and nutrition. So when we use the red laser and get your blood free flowing, now you're getting more oxygen, minerals, and nutrients into the body. But if you still have large molecular clusters, then you're still not hydrating the body so well. So that's why I'm a proponent of red lasered water, okay, that's gone through our hydro component. So this is the units here. Our units are designed to help with the performance, a deeper workout, maximum hydration with more energetically conductive oxygen and negative ions. So what we have here is the same plant. It's a silver beet test that was done. On the right-hand side, it's sitting in tap water for 7 days. Okay, and in the middle one, it wasn't soaked in water, but it's sitting in the structured water, for 7 days, and it's a lot healthier. And then the one on the left was soaked in the structured water and then sitting in the water for 7 days, and it's more than doubled in size. And so, plants have to be hydrated also, and and that's what we have. We have a garden unit that you can use on plants and stuff like that, and a shower unit. So, okay. So this is the hydro combo I was talking about. It can be used as a bottle topper, screws onto many different bottles, and then also we just a pour through where you take the top off of it, use a filter or a funnel, and pour it into, like I use a stainless steel a drinking bottle. It's got a 2-inch opening. So I use the funnel to hydrate it, and then I shine the red laser in the water along. I have the gold disc on the end of it, and so that takes the water to a whole new level also. Okay, so the quality of your water is the quality of your life. And so lasering your water for 30 seconds after running it through, or you can laser it before you run it through the hydro. And most people can taste the difference by running it through the hydro, the flow through, and they can taste the difference, and laser it after that, and they can taste the difference again, because it increases the life force energy about 30%, each of them do, and then neutralizes the toxins, making the water wetter, and so it hydrates the body better, clears the effects of the memory by reprogramming it with, when you got the gold disc on it, it's over 5,000 human blueprint frequencies. Rotating it quasi motion will help continue the micro clustering of your water. So, all right. These are some of the bottles, what it looks like on some of the bottles that are out there. And then this is some of the testing we've done showing the hydro with the red laser and the gold disc. Tap water goes from 25,000 Bovis energy to 114,000 Bovis energy. Kangen water goes to 65,000. Or that was RO water that went to 114,000. Tap water went from 3,400 to 25,000. When you run it through the hydro twice and then laser it with the gold disc, it doubles even more. The RO water, the vortex RO water, went from 114,000 to 228,000 with the second flow through. So, we've done all the testing to back everything up. And what else we got here? There's our shower filter, and it's also used for the garden. For plants, we've got documentation where crops have increased the yield as much as 45%. It's beneficial for the animals. And basically, when you use the red laser and the flow through, we're going to de-stress your body in seconds. The red laser penetrates the red cells, the bones of the eyes, brain into the bones. That's why I no longer wear glasses anymore. It enhances the mitochondria, 30% more life force, operation. So this is to help you liberate your own energy to help your body heal itself naturally. So we have a green laser. Right here we have a violet laser. Again, the gold disc can be on both of them. And then we have a full line of products here to help you help yourself, help your body continually raise your frequencies up to the optimal wellness frequencies, or what we call human blueprint frequencies, and then the body heals itself. So this is my information here, Joe Blanton, just purevibrance.com/Joe Blanton. Phone number is 469-766-5511. And remember, only you can raise your vibration. Nobody else can raise your vibration for you. Okay, it's up to you. And it's up to you, in your mind first. You got to make the decision that you want, health and wellness ongoing, better quality of life longer. And so we'll be here again next week. And, if I can help in any way, please get a hold of me. I can explain everything. We have several different discounted packages that you can work with. And so I want to say bye for now, and everybody have good holidays. If you don't hear me before then, and go from there. So take care, have fun, and bye for now.